Hello students, I am Subhashish. Today we are going to learn about the mean of grouped data. In this session, we will learn how to find the mean of grouped data and also explore the three different methods to calculate it. This topic is a fundamental building block in understanding the central tendency of data sets. Learning outcomes. After the completion of this lesson, you will be able to understand the mean of grouped data, direct method, assumed mean method, step deviation method. Keywords from this lesson are mean, assumed mean, step deviation, class marks, grouped data, ungrouped data, data set. Let us recall what is the mean for the ungrouped data. Mean. The mean is the most common measure of central tendency. It is calculated by adding up all the values in a data set and dividing by the total number of values. The mean provides a balance point or the arithmetic center of the data. It is denoted by x bar. X bar is equal to sum of all the observations by total number of observations. That is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 so on plus xn by n. That is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n xi by n. For an ungrouped frequency distribution, one can use this formula. Mean x bar is equal to sum of all the observations by total number of observations. That is equal to summation I equal to 1 to n fi xi by summation I equal to 1 to n fi. Even the same formula is applicable to the mean of grouped data. The problem here, we need only one observation x to multiply with frequency f, but in grouped data we have class intervals, that is upper and lower class limits. Now the question is, in the class interval, which limit we should consider, the upper or lower limit? To avoid this, we consider class mark. Class mark is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. We considered class marks because it is assumed that the frequency of class interval is centered around its midpoint. So, the midpoint of each class can be represented by the observation falling in the class. Now, let us see one example. The marks obtained by 30 students of class 10 of a certain school in a mathematics paper consisting of 100 marks are presented in table below. Find the mean of the marks obtained by the students. Solution. Here given tabular form consists of grouped data. So first we need to find the class marks, that is class mark is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. Then find the product of class marks and their corresponding frequencies, that is Fi Xi. For the class interval 10 to 25, we get class mark as 17.5. Similarly, find the other class marks for the respective class intervals. Now find the product of class marks and their corresponding frequencies, that is Fi Xi. The summation of Fi Xi is equal to 1860 and the summation of Fi is equal to 30. We know mean x bar is equal to sum of all the observations by total number of observations, that is equal to summation I equal to 1 to n Fi Xi by summation I equal to 1 to n Fi. Now substitute the values in the formula. We get 1860 divided by 30. By cancelling we get answer as 62. So the mean marks obtained by the students is 62. This is one of the methods to find the mean of grouped data known as direct method. This method is suitable or best suits when the numerical values of Xi and Fi are small. When these numerical values are large, finding the product of Xi and Fi becomes tedious and time consuming. So, to reduce the lengthy calculations, we used the assumed mean method. To find the mean by assumed mean method, need to follow the steps given below. Step 1. Choose one Xi, that is from class marks, and denote it by A, which is our assumed mean. Choose A in such a way that it lies in the center of the observations. Step 2. Find the difference di between A and each of the Xi's, that is the deviation of A from each of the Xi. Di is equal to Xi minus A. Step 3. Find the product of di with the corresponding Fi and take the sum of all the Fi di's. Step 4. Find the mean of the deviations. D bar is equal to summation Fi di by summation Fi. Step 5. Now find the mean x bar is equal to a plus d bar. Now let us solve an example. The table below shows the daily expenditure on food of 25 households in a locality. Find the mean daily expenditure on food by a suitable method. Solution. Given table consists of grouped data. So, first find the class marks of the class intervals. Class mark is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. For the class interval 100 to 150, we get class mark as 125. Similarly, we can find the class marks for the remaining class intervals. Now assume A mean from the table, that is A is equal to 225. Now find the difference di is equal to xi minus a, that is di is equal to xi minus 225. Now find the value of di for the each class mark. Similarly, find the all values of di for the remaining class marks. Now find the product of fi and di. The summation of fi di is equal to minus 350 and the summation of fi is equal to 25. Now find the mean of the deviations d bar is equal to summation fi di by summation fi. By substituting the values, we get minus 350 by 25. By cancelling, we get it as minus 14. Now find the mean x bar is equal to a plus d bar, that is equal to 225 plus of minus 14. By simplifying, we get 211. Therefore, the mean daily expenditure on food is 211 rupees. Now we will see another method to find the mean of the grouped data called the step deviation method. To find the mean by this method, we need to follow the steps given below. Step 1. First, choose one Xi, that is from class marks, and denote it by A, that is our assumed mean. Choose A in such a way that it lies in the center of the observations. Step 2. Find the class size h of each class interval. Step 3. Then find the ui, that is equal to xi minus a by h. Step 4. Find the product of ui with the corresponding fi and take the sum of all the fi ui's. Step 5. Find u bar is equal to summation fi ui by summation fi. Step 6. Now find the mean x bar is equal to a plus h u bar. Now we will solve an example. Consider the following distribution of daily wages of 50 workers of a factory. Find the mean daily wages of the workers of the factory. Solution. Given table consists of grouped data. So, first find the class marks of the class intervals. Class mark is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. For the class interval 500 to 520, we get class marks as 510. Similarly, find the remaining class marks for the respective class intervals. Class interval h is equal to 20. Now assume A mean from the table. A is equal to 550. Now find the ui, that is equal to xi minus a by h. Find the values of ui for all the class marks. Similarly, find the values of ui for the remaining class intervals. Now find the product of fi ui. the summation of Fi ui is equal to minus 12 and the summation of Fi is equal to 50. Now find the u bar, that is equal to summation Fi ui by summation Fi. By substituting the values, we get minus 12 by 50. Now find the mean x bar is equal to a plus h u bar. By substituting the respective values, we get 550 plus 20 into minus 12 by 50. By simplifying, we get 550 minus 24 by 5. That is equal to 550 minus 4.8. By subtracting, we get 545.20. Therefore, the mean daily wages of the workers of the factory is 545.20 rupees. Note, the result obtained by all the three methods is the same. If Xi and Fi are sufficiently small, then the direct method is an appropriate choice. If Xi and Fi are numerically large numbers, then we can go with assumed mean method or step deviation method. Students, let us summarize what we have learned. Mean. The mean is the most common measure of central tendency. It is calculated by adding up all the values in a data set and dividing by the total number of values. It provides a balance point or the arithmetic center of the data. Mean of grouped data can be found in three ways. In direct method, mean x bar is equal to sum of all the observations by total number of observations, that is equal to summation I equal to 1 to n Fi xi by summation I equal to 1 to n Fi. In assumed mean method, mean x bar is equal to a plus d bar, where d bar is equal to summation Fi di by summation Fi. Di is equal to xi minus a and a is equal to assumed mean. In step deviation method, mean x bar is equal to a plus h u bar. Where u bar is equal to summation Fi ui by summation Fi, ui is equal to xi minus a by h, a is equal to assumed mean and h is equal to class size. Thanks for watching.